Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds, welcoming you back to Lovecraft Country and Cultist Simulator, the Lantern Aspirant, Sheev, Palpatine Run. Yes, once again, we are descending back into the madness, and it's a Sith attempt to master the magic of the light, because that is what the evil side is in the Cultist Simulator universe, while trying not to go crazy, get arrested, and dealing with our usual band of idiots down here. In any case, a quick review of what we've been doing last time. We have managed to start getting some of the higher level vaults at this point through the level 3 Mantis entrance, the stag door, which we hope to upgrade, which we could upgrade if we can get the unmerciful mantras linked together. Now, in order to do that, we're going to need an erudition and we need a fascination too. I mean, we got a fascination right here, but I don't think we'll actually get to it in time. It takes 180 seconds to do so. Well, actually, let's think about this for a second. First of all, we gotta get rid of it because in 9 seconds doesn't matter. Oh well. Great. The best bet is to simply allow the fascination trap to activate and then to let the restlessness become a dread. The dread gets picked up and then boom, Bob's your uncle. They cancel each other out. So that's actually a non-issue at the moment. Yep, there it is. By the way, last time I was checking and I thought I had somehow missed the opportunity to become the board member, but nope, it's right here. If we go give another reason card here instead of the passion card, which is in the previous level, we will advance to the next level of Glover and Glover. Now, the question is whether we want to do that while we're still trying to deal with our reputation cards, because at the highest level, a notoriety card can knock us off the board. After all, if I start sacrificing people in blood, there's only so much the PR department can do about that. Speaking of, anyways, we should probably check to see what the good doctor here has for us as well, because we may need to get some of his talents. See, as you may or may not recall, we're trying to get to the higher level of the books that we're dealing with. But to do so, we're going to need all the languages, especially the higher language. We've got Sanskrit, Latin, and Greek, but we can get Aramaic from the Dr. Benin by giving him the silver spintra. Now, the silver is a bit of an overpayment for what we've done for the actual thing, because you can do it with an iron, but we just have to consider what we have on hand. I mean, we're not doing anything for a bit anyways. We're going to get Fusin, and when we get the this, so I'll give us 4 of these, and the Fusin is one of the higher ones. Now, another chance we can get is to try to get the higher spirits, the names, to give us the additional languages as well. After all, they have the ability to teach us to us if we have the base language in play, which means I need the 4th base magic, which is Aramaic, which I believe, yep, is Dr. Iban. So when good doctor comes, when the cycle comes around again and the good doctor is available, we will be spending our 1 spintra in order to learn the Aramaic language, as I don't have the translation book here. That you may remember, I'm not going for a book heavy run this time. We're trying to be more targeted about what we're doing. So in any case, we should check to see. Yeah, we've got a couple of people with acolytes. We have no reputation. We can actually consider going out for a little journey to see if we can get some stuff. Now, there's 2 possibilities for the journey. The only level 8 vault we have here is the Kuznetsov endowment, which essentially would be the Prince Kuznetsov of some planet out in the mid-rim. Gives 1/4 of his blood-soaked fortune to the establishment of a department of eschatology at the provincial university. The staff are growing peculiar, and the buildings fester in a freezing swamp, but some of his bequest perhaps was spent on treasures. In other words, most of the money was squandered, but there should be a few bits and pieces that we can grab for ourselves. Now, this is, of course, as level 8, it's going to be more interesting to get into, but I believe I have the personnel required, even though we're running at a half staff at the moment, and not everybody's initiated. So one of the things we can do is try to get that going. That will give us notoriety, but the way I will do that is that we'll do so in 9 seconds to see whether or not, well, that's true. Little voices in my head sometimes help. That is true. We won't know if we need the notoriety yet. It's completely random. There's no way we can know more than 60 seconds in the future what we're going to have for our next cycle of time passes, the next season, as they call them. So it may be that we find it too difficult to do so, to be able to determine it, especially for a longer vault. So if we choose to do this, if I recall properly, I'm going to need a bit of work with this one. Yeah, ironically, because of the Rotten Lantern's the best one to do this, but we're going to need our Watchers as well. So, pop in both our Lantern people, then get our Business people. I mean, it would be kind of interesting if we could send a Spirit along with them, but probably isn't necessary with our current team right now. So, yeah, we could consider doing that just to get this out of the way and some additional books while we're continuing our studies in an attempt to get the language necessary for these books. So, let's tackle that. Anyways, I know we're going to need, let's see, I like these two together. Pope and Cat, just because they're the ones with the nicknames. Throw in the excess cash we got running around here. And we can go to the expedition. The journey to the endowment buildings is not long, but the ground is difficult. So that means we're going to have a treacherous ground one, which I believe is a combination lantern or forge. So we're good there. No doubt the staff will attempt to forbid our entry. Through 3 times for permission to visit, you receive a less friendly answer each time. So we know there's going to be watchers. We have to overcome the people within it. And the treacherous ground, well, we know there's going to be a third one as well, which is probably the hidden door. Which means that, which means that we're going to have, let's see, which is also, however, lantern. So yeah, our specialty is going to become in handy at this point, but we'll start an expedition to the endowment. Essentially, we're sending off a little spaceship with 4 of our peeps in it in order to be able to, and some funds in order to be able to raid this dying Citadel's last holographic memory bank treasures. I mean, if we're going to get into character about it. Go forth, my Sith. Inquisitors. Yes, there we go. We are inquiring. It sounds cool. I'll make an entire order called that. He does actually make an entire order called the Sith Inquisitors, which are kind of low-level dark Jedi whose job is to go around and find stuff out for him. Vader kills them all eventually because, you know, that's the dark side. You're stupid. You wouldn't want to get a functioning relationship going with your minions because you all betray each other, right? Because stupid. I mean, that's what I've never really gotten about the dark side, is that somebody once said that the ultimate expression of the dark side is one really powerful Sith master against hundreds of Jedis and tens of millions of Republic soldiers. It doesn't really matter how tough you are. It's gonna kick your ass. All right, so whatever we do, we can't get another fascination. We'll keep that in mind. A dread guard wouldn't be that bad, but let's start us off. Now, I'm hoping this is Silachana, but it's 50-50. It'll break either way. So yes, we're at work. We're going to be home and get dreaming. We're studying a book. Between those 2 points, there's the fascination trap. That will become a dread shortly. And that is a sickness, so we will need to get a health card. Shouldn't be that difficult. Yeah, there we go. There is one. It's going to keep you going. There's Silachana. Excellent. Silachana makes a few things easier. Like, for example, pop her in to talk to her. Hey, get in there. A chat. Yes, if you want to study language with me, yes, you can. Is there something else? I think she is the tutor for scan script. We already have that, however. But what we want to talk to her is about one of our level 6, right? Our 6 ones. If you remember the ring around the rosy from much earlier in the series strategy, you can, this level 6 repeatable vault is called the Unnumbered Stones. The Ring of Stones, essentially, we call it Ring Around the Rosy, but it's one of the few repeatable, which you can always get the repeatable ones through talking to Silachana, that doesn't have any curses attached to it, so you're never risking one of your passion or reason cards by doing it. So she will create a scenario in which we'll be able to do that later for other expeditions, but I want to have a couple of those in place because among the random loot you can get is a Geminod and a couple other really neat pieces in the level 6 treasures. But anyways, let's continue. All right, so I believe, yeah, we're done at work. We have our monies and our brains slightly fried. We've got so many reason cards, it's not really an issue. Now, normally we have 90 seconds here. I could run over here and get the restlessness taken care of by painting it, but again, we want to have the dread in play so that we can use it to kill the fascination trap over here, because we have one fascination. Trembling, the sun flickers like a shadow, dreams ripple behind the surface of mirrors. I must be careful not to drift from the waking world. All right, fascination. One of the biggest issues with dealing with occultism, by the way, is that you can lose perspective on reality because you begin to see the world as sort of a malleable mess that you can mess with, because magic is essentially rewriting reality to your benefits. The only problem being, of course, is that reality has kind of an inertia to it, and if you push too hard, it pushes back. But sometimes you can see beyond the things that play just a little too much. After all, according to physicists and occultists, what we consider to be reality is just a it's just a hologram hovering on the void. And do you really want to see through it? To see what's on the other side looking back? Do you have the fortitude for our path? of enlightenment. Anyways, keep it going. Could have switched over and done a steely physique, but I can probably just throw cash this time rather than trying to mess around with the vitality. Besides, we might accidentally get a vitality later. Okay, so continuing. Anyways, okay, expedition continues. Now, in this expedition, right, we can send funds or a follower. What we need to do is we need to get ready for the Watchers, which is going to be the next part of things. Essentially, how we're going to dispose of them. We could go for straight slaughter, or we could go for stealth with the moth people, but we've been doing good with slaughter so far. We are playing the Sith, so we're going to send in the twins, Rose and Victor, with their red lightsabers to take care of any more librarians. Wow, this is the second time we've slaughtered librarians. It's like kind of a bad look for the Sith, really. I mean, even we respect knowledge. I mean, and, you know, it's not really strength to massacre a bunch of, you know, bookish people. But they are in our way, and that, of course, is, I mean, philosophy aside, the Sith are pragmatists. If they don't get out of the way, we have to hack them down. Anyways, there we go. That should reset shortly, because this will be over by the time we get to the other end of the expedition. Now, oh yeah, our magic trip here. Ooh, that's interesting. Let's see, let's forge. It's kind of funny, but we could do that. I could take this easily and make get a particular type of minion, the smog one. Yeah, it's actually smog in Italian. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it's an 8 moth, 8 forge. And it's really not bad, especially when you get rid of evidence and stuff. You don't want to risk your own moth people, especially if you don't have a level 5 one. But we could drop over here to the Ascent of Knives. In that case, we could possibly get Winter influence, edge influence, or of course the level 8 vault card. So yeah, if I do get the level 10, and I did, we can in fact get our favorite minion. Winter passes through the clothes, passes the skin, nestles in the vein. All right, so yeah, so we have a level 8 one, and oh damn it, I was hoping to read that. We'll have another chance shortly. All right, so pop this out. Another exhausted reason. Man, our brain is fried today. In places it overlaps with languages I know. In other places, well, I can see what I call it the tongue of witches. But I understand it well enough now. All right. Scene. The people lived east of the lost lake Fusino. Horace warned that theirs is the language of witches. This is their language, called by some the dry tongue and by others the tongue of witches. Seriously, said that 3 times in the last minute. But that's one of the hard languages to get. Now, next, we want to talk to the good doctor. We will do it for a Spintro. We're doing it pricey this time around, but he will do so. Now with Aramaic, we have another option later on, which I'll show you, which that influence would have been great to use for. But in the meantime, we don't think we have to go grab anything here. Once we get through with this, we could have one of our faves, because that's going to be still functional by that point. Get back to normal. All right, so the Watchman who navigates. Yep, so yeah, the Watchman's directing us, and we'll send our other Sith warrior. Okay, cool. All right, we got the sickness one card going. Let's see. And with Sulchana, we should be done shortly. All right, so yes, I'm going to stop and read this one. I always like it. Here, this will get you the last mile. Then you'll have to walk. It's a little auberge I used to stay at when I went, but I burned it down. Here we go, the unnumbered stones. Megaliths place an obsessive interment rows by priests cast long dead. Time has erased the original bloodstains, but on moonless nights the locals supplement what remains. Basically, I always said in the sci-fi point of view, the unnumbered stones are like the Sith ruins, where you have the degenerate experiments and slaves that have bred together to become monstrous beings, as well as, you know, you have to find the damn thing in space. That would be the navigation part of it. And the last one is, of course, being able to find where the Sith hid their treasures, because as we all know, the Sith are Egyptians. No, I'm serious. If you look at all the stuff they do in the expanded universe about the Sith, yeah, they're pretty much just the ancient Egyptian trope. Okay, but we've got that one. We want a simple run. Okay, so in the meantime, we have the talk card up. We do not want to generate an additional renown, so we cannot do looking for additional cultists. We can, however, simply do our initiations. So what we should do is just grab our Mirror of Glory, hit him with the Moonstone. Hey Tristan, want to join the light side? There you go. Join the light side. We have Cookies wouldn't be right here. What would be right for the evil light side? Tea, maybe? No. Really, really clear water. All right, so I think you all know how this goes down. Ritual, influence of 10 winter. Let's get our, well, how two ways we can do this. Okay, let's get Ergen, and we can get our lore. No, wrong one. They're right next to each other and the right same color. Yep, summon the servant in the rags. We can go back right back and grab our favorite murderous bitch, the Maid in the Mirror. Why do I want that? Because I seriously am considering murdering that police person. It slows them down a bit. Not to mention, it's kind of fun. But the only problem is if I have a dead body, I'm going to have to get rid of it. And I don't have the ingredients to do it. The ingredient ritual to do it. Anyways. There we go. It does, however, work well to get him out of our hair when I need to. Right. You are initiated. First level. Let's get you back in there. Again, we're just waiting for the cop to go away. And boom, we only need the level 4 and the 4, so you want to keep the level 6 one separate. And there we go. Yeah, and there goes our trap there. All right, so Aramaic with a tutor. Now we've got all of these languages. Yeah, there you go. 5 of 8 completed. You go here. I'll just buy you off. No. This one. Trying not to pause so much, but sometimes you just don't have a choice here. Okay, the good doctor goes back here. We'll talk to him about getting a commission later. In the meantime... All right, should probably put that back. We got that. Now, what should we study next? We don't need you, I'm thinking. We'll leave your knock 4, which, again, we probably don't need. This one's probably moth, which we do have a level 6 of already. This one, oh yeah, it's additional lantern, which you probably don't need that. These two, however, we only have a level 2, level 4 when it comes to that. Curious which one of these would actually bring up the edge lore higher. Or do we have anything else we want to study? I don't think so. We'll just get these knocked out. De Belleris Murum by Solificus. A poem equitably describes a war between beasts, weather phenomena, and arcane concepts. It's very specific about their tactics. Basically, it's edge, talking about beasts, it's a lionsmith dedicated poem. Which means that, you know, we could get in trouble. But hang on, before this commits, let's make sure we've got everything we need here. 10 edge, 10 lantern, we're fine. Alright, so we'll just pop in, take care of the next problem. Our strength is matchless, our Sith will slaughter the Jedi librarians. Not even Jedi librarians. I mean, Jedi librarians I think would probably still carry around their lightsabers, but barely know, okay, barely know what to do with it. There is our faves. 10 edge, 10 winter. Whoosh. And fortunately, we got that going. Icy atmosphere. And we don't have the requirements, which would be level... Yeah, we're really behind on the red lore. Okay, but that will eventually become dread as well. In the meantime, we do need to keep our job. So, yeah, there we go. Boom. I mean, the 90-second counter, and the fact is that, you know, we're not actually in the limelight as the senator yet. We're the senator's assistant. We'll be groomed for the next position, of course. And as they say, we now have our third level 5 forge. Yep, over here. So forge is good. It's got a lot of applications. In the meantime, we should get our forge-based hanger-on going too. All right, not a problem. This time around, let's bring our minions up to full potential. Normally, I don't bother, but let's not do normal this time around. Okay, so pop you in, get our hanger-on. Basically, it's just kind of like a guy we found hanging around. Here, let's make something useful out of you. Ooh, look, nothing this time around. Oh, yeah. Fortunately, the dread will have been burned by that point. It will burn before the dread comes around. Okay, all right, there you go. What else we got? Okay, another fascination trap. Great. Okay. So, yeah. Right. Health's over. We get a vitality. Actually, we don't need it. Okay, level 4. Of course, now we can combine the two to get our level 6, which is good. Let's pause because this is all hitting us at once. All right, so we take our pawn this time around. We'll try initiating to the next level. I believe only one of them this backfires on. It's not a random thing, which I originally feared in the beginning. There you go. Promote the believer by invoking Lantern. Let's blast this guy's head open and see what happens. Meanwhile, let's get our erudition that we're going to require for combining those two edgelords. Then to get those together, we'll get level 6, and that will put us closer to having the potential for these the gravy train. Should we want to accept it? We're probably going to keep the office job simply because it's not really an issue for us. I mean, yeah, it's a perfect cover. We're just a humble public servant. After all, it works well for every senator there is. So, is there something special we want to do while we're waiting for the 90-second thing to come around again? I don't think so. I mean, theoretically, yeah, we've got the trees. There's no open trees on the left here, so that's fine. We don't have anybody to sacrifice for Poppy, so that's also great. Oh, also, we can toss her in. Funds. I forgot the fact that since there's a third one. There we go. Three obstacles, 3 funds. I forgot to put the third fund in earlier. Okay, so yeah, there's not a huge thing here. Maybe we can do about it. Can't do our trick with the vitality to bring up this because we don't have level 6 lore, which hopefully we will at some point. In the meantime, yeah, there's no reason not just to keep the job going. All right. There you go. Now we can put her in. I mean, yeah, it's like 20 edge at this point. I don't really think they've got much of a chance dealing with it. Sith Assassin and Sith Killer Shade. Great. Ooh. Yeah, this could be a problematic. If he pops up at exactly the time that we used to get rid of our stuff, he's going to have that evidence against us. Gonna have to hope it times out better than usual. Meanwhile, here comes a dread. Probably should just get our drinking tab started already. Right, so erudition up and running. Get our edgelord up to, let's see, where we want it to be. Meanwhile, pause 1 second. Yep, our new guy. Practical disciple, 1 edge, 2 forge. Not really super good for a lot, but he's there. We can do what we want with him. Now, the question is, do we want to, at this point, try to do so? Now, it's 82 seconds we're going to have to deal with. Right now, we're dealing with, I believe, yeah, the blood pumps typed in dark. We've killed the watchers, so we're going to have another 30 seconds to add someone else, then another 30 seconds to deal with that, and another 30 seconds. Yeah, we're probably okay. Probably. Keep it out. We do not want to generate any additional mystique at this time. Edit. Oh, speaking of which, why don't you give us a commission just to see what it's like. Also, we can do that commission we have now with the 6 edge, which is great. Yeah, once we actually get to the point where we have the 6 edge, mind you. Boom. Now, that's definitely one we can do as well. All right, pause a moment. All right, so dread, hangover, go for it. That's one problem dealt with. One thing about this job, it does keep me in booze. God knows you need to drink. Oh no, another sickness one? Really? Really? And a dread trap, great. Just piling onto us. Anyways, hang on 1 second. Actually, do we have more than... Yeah, we can do this since I did get there quick enough. Now, we do have secret histories. We can do this. Use our secret history one and drop in 2 reason cards. That'll give us a silver Sintra to replace the one we spent for his for doing his work, for his homework for him. Let's see, any talking we want to do? Probably not at the moment. Nobody to initiate, and yeah, Sulachana, love you, but you and I are not really necessary for me right now. All right, so Mystique. Oh, we can try again. We failed. Wait, I tossed in the money, didn't I? Ugh, apparently something went wrong. I wasn't paying attention. Funds are back at least, which means we got to do this again. Dust to settle. Dread's running. We've got the maid going. Yeah, how my sucketh runneth over. All right, so we'll have to risk the funds again if we want to do this. I must have gotten distracted at the wrong time. Since she's got a time limit on her, even though she's not going to achieve our first goal here, let's get her. Let's get going first. Because that could mean we can only need one other person to get it accomplished. All right. Meanwhile, the mystique will definitely have been burned off by that point. I do not believe I missed that one. It's for me trying to not pause all the time. Trying to get better at tracking this, but it's only going to happen if you challenge yourself. All right, so now you put the erudition in. Wait, what? Oh. Whoa, I forgot. Edge. You got to cut yourself. I forgot about that. Well, we might get wounded shortly. But hey, we got the cash to deal with it. And another freaking dread. Alright, so it's definitely, yeah, of course, it's the dread trap. Sigh. We're not going to be able to get out of it our usual way either. Okay, so I do have to pause more, unfortunately. We have 10 edge and 10 lantern. That's all we're going to need. Next time I'll toss in some money, and that should hopefully deal with it. I won't have to actually pay any additional attention to it whatsoever. Okay. Mind has been cleared. Meanwhile, let's get that drinking started again. Sigh. Ah. And of course, we're going to need medicine too. So yeah. This is the high life. Probably getting a reputation for being a bit of a partier. Can you imagine that? Palpatine being a bit of a partier? Just like, yo, dog. My day, I could drink you all under the table. We do have, yeah, we can do this with the moth as well, but we still need to do that, our actual day job. Get over there. There you go, boss. Back in. Don't mind, I'm slightly hungover. I do excellent work when I'm hungover. All right, so yeah, Watchman, and yeah, we're doing good here, but we toss in the cash, we make it 3 funds for the 3. That it should be fine. Should be, mind you. Okay, pause for a moment. Okay, yeah, it took the tincture. Wait, the contentment will be taken up next time. Apparently we got buzzed enough for a glimmering, which is always good. But we'll take the affliction, put in the medicine, be done with it. Okay, the cop's gone. Nope, they're still here looking. All right, so yeah, they'll be done shortly. So we do have the opportunity, assuming the next 4 seconds, so let's check that, that we are still free. Yep, we're not going to have that for an issue. Excellent. So what we can do is talk to you about getting our money. Boom. Get the silver one for that, so we have another backup issue. There it is. Operation Elevate, level 6, edge. Oof. Looking good. We nearly have our 6 complete. We have Forge and Heart to go next, and then we're going to have a full, hopefully 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we'll have the full complement to be able to do any of the commissions that we want. Mind you. Oh yeah, so we have to decide where we're going to be studying next. Don't really think we need much of this. I mean, that's winter. We've already got our winter. Where is our winter? Do we not have any winter lore? Oosh, we need to remedy that. Oh, there it is. Level 6. Excellent. So yeah, some of these books are now redundant because they're lower level and I already have these lores. So we have to start. That's one of the reasons why we're doing our expedition, is that we kind of need to be able to do so. And once this one, I believe, however, is our only option as Grail. Yeah, we've got Grail at 6-2. I mean, is that Grail? No, if it's red, probably okay about that. So let's language Greek. All right, so let's get that one translated at least. Good idea what it is. Produced by one Ryle Grease. All right, get that translation going. All right, here we go. Again, yes, we have got our expedition going, hopefully. Yeah, safe across treacherous ground. We navigated the way we wanted to. We now have Dr. Ibn. Gave us some mystique, of course, which could be problematic later. Or we can try the smoke screen. Get the erudition. I've forgotten about that. Get the smoke screen going. In other words, we just generate so much mystique that but we probably shouldn't do that until we're absolutely sure we need to. We've got this one going, which will be dread eventually, or we can paint it away. We have that option. Probably should do so. Or we can try to find something more interesting to do with it, which I might do. Restlessness is great when it comes to summoning, by the way, because it's got so many different variations. Anyway, so let's see what we've got here. Okay, so, right, expedition continues. Just toss the fun in just in case. Because I got paranoid. Alright, so, speaking of which, got our cash back and pause for a moment. Let's talk about restlessness in 24 seconds. Not going to be enough, unfortunately. Way too tight. Well, maybe we can pull this off at normal speed. Let's give that a try. When we do have the restlessness, we're hopefully going to be able to use it for the summoning. I'm hoping to get one particular entity. Let me get a language in kind of an indirect way. Alright, so here you go. Health's in that direction. Keep the expedition going. Yeah, our strength is matchless. Our Sith Winter Shade is going to kill them all. And speaking of which, no, that wouldn't work. Okay, be tight. 7 seconds. No, we're gonna have to do this. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to pull it off. I'll have to get rid of it in a conventional way. Oh well. Always fun when you can do this the flashy way. All right, so there we go. The true and complete accounting... hang on. Pause. A true and complete accounting of the Asclepian mysteries of the root of the house. Description of the Asclepian mysteries reduced by 1 Ryle Grease from supposedly a much older text. It's likely to be genuine. Reference to the house without walls in the wood right there in the prologue. Okay, so that means it's a Mansis. So let's get this knocked out. Very obviously an antique text. Not an antique text. At the very least, it's badly mutilated, but it contains specifically intriguing material, specifically a pervasive comparison of the many-portaled house without walls to the human body. So yes, it will be red lore, which we desperately need. So let's get that knocked out. Let's do our fleeting reminiscence. And let's see if... Yeah, the good doctor's not going to give us anything at the moment. The silver spintra goes here. In case we actually need that much cash, we don't have to start selling our old artifacts anymore. Alright, so how much time do we have here? Just enough, actually. If we're very careful, we'll still be able to use it. Still doing okay. Yeah, we slaughtered the Sith. Our good gal slaughtered the Watchers this time around. And hopefully they'll be able to the next one, which will be a 90% chance with Lantern Lore, which will be hidden access. Basically, they're using their Sith... what should we call it? Sith scrying in order to find that instead of actually just, looking for it. My mind is more powerful than your mere scanners. Just in case. We'll get it back if we don't need it. I'm not that concerned. Ah, there we go. There we go. And... boom, the mystique. This is going to be problematic. Alright, so, first of all, the book. The direction of death is down, the book explains. That's right, the void is considered beneath the mantis. The peacock door has been considered a rent or an aberration, but in some cases more to a mouth, if one is not a more treasured point of entry. Vagina, thank you, refers to the goddess, which basically says this is creation is the goddess, and to enter into her holy realm is to enter within the cosmic womb. Thank you. Therefore, anything beyond the peacock door, like I think the Grail... the Grail center beyond the Veil is considered to be the cosmic womb. When we get to that section, I'll point it out to you. Discussions of the doors in rife, which consider creatures as many doors, although many key annotations are missing. Right to the mass edge. Oof. Forgot about that part. But the words that work do give us a level 4. Level 4 is good, but we need better. We need right number 3 down. I believe that's one of the ingredient ones. So if we do have a dead body, let's check to see what it is. Oops. All right. So offering is an influence. It's always good. Instrument, invocation, instrument instead of But it doesn't have ingredient, darn it. So, it's not bad, actually. What do we have for instruments? I'm kind of curious if we could pull this off. But what I want would be winter. Tool here, you there. I need enough forge. That's the end is beautiful, which we definitely do not want. Do not want. Forge redemption. Not what I wanted either. Ugh, sigh. Okay, so let's try something else. This. Now, because she had wounds, Felicia has 2 winter on top of 2 forge. Oops. Use a corpse with the power of the Ringu. That would be kind of cool, but I don't think we can do that. Can we do this? Summon a mighty creature, the Forge of Days, but I need more. Oof, I only have 4. I need to get Felicia. I didn't believe Felicia isn't up there. We could pull this off, so I've got no interesting creature, but unfortunately it's not to be. So what we can do instead is we could use this to summon another entity. Now, first of all, Felicia, I'm so sorry. Your education was in fact neglected. Let's get that knocked out. Anybody else have that problem? You all should have been caught up by now. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 2. Well, there's a reason we have that. Alba. Yeah, everybody else seems to be good. Just unfortunate oversight. Now, the question is, are we going to do any of these languages? I mean, these books, just the heck of being books. I mean, the extra lore may not be worth it. Keeping them around for fundage may be important. Let's put these down here as secondary for a while. In the meantime, just don't study anything. Take a break from the books, as it were. But I do need more forge lore, and I do have an option to getting it. Once we get this done, the expedition, then I can do what I was hoping to do earlier. In the meantime, I mean, yeah, what is... Yeah, you can't study restlessness, unfortunately. But... I didn't think so. By the way, what can you do? Upgrade influence? Well, sometimes I could play around with them, but we all know probably what's going to happen is 9.166. What can we do with you? Forge redemption, which is kind of weird. But yeah, we do have 2 heart, 2 grail, 2 forge, 2 lantern, and 2 moth. What could we do with this? Huh. If we use an assistant that is, say that, and then our edgelore. Nope, Passion's Gyre. That's not what we want. Because we need edge, unfortunately. What do we want there? Who can we put there to do something interesting? Nope, no summoning there. Oh, right. We would need... we don't have enough. Sigh. Oh well. I mean, I guess we're just going back to work and we'll deal with the dread the old-fashioned way. Sometimes it's just annoying to have these things just out of sight, but it's what happens. Plus, of course, we drink away our upcoming dread. Sigh. Oh, Dr. Amin's ready to give us another task, as it were. Yeah, next time we'll do it when the treats when we have an opportunity. Not a dread trap, which is good. Hey, what we can do is we could just do some exercise to get vitality to save us a fund for the upcoming. For the Watchman Illuminates, find the hidden door. We'll get sorry, distracted myself there. We'll get that for our sickness card. All right, Pearls of Renowned, Tincture of Opium. Boom. And once again, we're not a care in the world. Ah, we found the way. The faint lines in stone, surface that yields to pressure. We found it. We found the secret chamber. Not Jedi's Librarian secrets will be ours. Because we already killed the Jedi Librarians. So, we're not using half of what we stole there either. Alright, so, boom. I'm so sorry about that, but next time we have opportunity, I want to try something. Okay, so, Doctor, why don't you give me another test here? Treasures lie before us. We finally got that knocked out. Fortunately, it's going to be close. We almost got nabbed for it. But once again, we've just barely managed to avoid Jedi interference in our plans. All right. Pause for a moment. All right. 27 seconds. Yeah, we'll be able to pull it off. Yeah, considering the evidence, we just barely managed to pull it off. Now we've got our 30-second grace period. What we could do right now is... Where is it? Nab this. Nab that. Level 6 Moth-Lore. And stick our reason in. Alright, so it should give us another... It should give us another opportunity for Spintra should we want it. Okay. And clear my mind. Excellent. Excellent. It's a good day. Let's keep that open for the sickness shortly. Alright. Library ceiling collapsed Word's End years ago. Many of the books have been reduced to swollen pulp by dripping water. Something must retain. Quick. Find what data you can from the holocron. Pulling out all the geek stops here. Feeling much better now. And you are no longer our problem. You may decide to make us something out of you later, but not now. Ooh, got another opportunity here. It's going to be interesting if we can pull it off. Might have to temporarily lose our job to do so, however. Pause. Let's give us a flavor text. A portrait of a hologram of a genuinely smiling man, dark-skinned, bright eyes, neither hair nor eyebrows, watches over the ruined library. It's titled Don't Mind Me, and it's signed with an indecipherable serpentine scrawl. Must be a Jedi. The paint is peeling. They watch us with a benevolent smiling as we find the intact treasures among the swollen shelves. The known unknown Tantra. Okay. Which is going to give us additional lantern lore if we choose to use it. Sanskrit. The Iron Book. The Manual of Ordos Liminea, order of quasi-immortals who maintained a secret enclave at the source of the river Limnia in Roman province of Galicia. That was a while back. But they're immortals, so it's not really a thing. So yeah, Sanskrit for that one. This one, the Iron Book. I meant to, this one right here is in Machine, which we do have right there. Okay. This one, the Encircling Tantra. I'm gonna have to start moving things around here. I have to find a sell me pile over there. Let's see. The Burning Woman. Now this one, yeah, we don't have 5G in yet. We'll deal with it later. And yeah. Silver Book. Another one in Machine, which we can read, which is excellent. Sell me. Mathis and Amigo Pursuits. Ooh, this one's definitely Grail. Not huge. Also in Aramaic, so it can actually be read by us. And our peeps back. Plus the 2 funds we didn't spend, and a notoriety. There. You get rid of the notoriety if we have to. And yeah, we want to consider, however, getting rid of another problem. Let's see. 90% chance I can simply kill him. That gives us a second notoriety. But frankly, we can hide 2 notoriety in paintings. We can get rid of 1 by changing headquarters, but not 2. Do we risk it? 90 seconds. Do we dispose of the Jedi interference? It will leave a mark, but if we time it properly, we should be able to do so. Oof, another restlessness. All right, so we're doing Sith. Let's live dangerously. Finish him. First, though, we must apply ourselves. Since I want Forge, and we can do this one, what we want to do is translate this from Machine. Boom. Then we get the Forge for what we're going to have to do next. Also going to need Grail, too, aren't we? Should probably up our Grail a bit. Grail. Almost Braille and Grail right next to each other. Oof. Going to be close when it comes to our job there. Oh, and another restlessness. You know, yeah. First of all, this is all going to be a mess shortly. Okay, so I do want to do this, but there's 2 restlessness. We're going to have to do this anyways. Try to time it out later. Okay, there you go. Sigh. Once we get that translator, we'll have the Forge appropriate, hopefully, to be able to get the name that we need to make us learn one of the more advanced languages. All right, so we're gonna have 2 restlessness practically side by side, which is not a great look, by the way. That's a lot of dread. That is a lot of influences I'm getting shortly. Now we've healed up. We have this 1 restlessness done. 37 seconds. We should be able to work with that one first. This should work, hopefully. 2 restlessness. Ha 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 ha. Any Sesame Street people out there will recognize that laugh. So yeah. And we have the translation completed. The Iron Book is now... Members of the Ordo took an oath, the Iron Chain, that required them to remain hidden from the world. The manual indicates presumably long obsolete addresses and passphrases that could have been used to find the Ordo's contact in time of Urea. The thing is, the reason why the Immortals Long, as they're called in the game, are hiding is that when you become a Long, you're expected by the power, the power that rules the aspect that you've chosen to be in, to do the work for them, because that's the reason you became an immortal of the power, right? You don't have this crazy idea of using this power to make yourself into a mortal emperor over a galaxy or anything, right? That would be bad. Very bad. Anyway, see, I did actually run a campaign once on the idea that Palpatine had, in Star Wars D6, RPG, Palpatine had mortgaged and made promises to extra-dimensional entities for his power that he could no longer, after the fall of the Empire, could no longer be fulfilled, so they had come... Oosh, yeah. Worked. We have less of a problem now. Unfortunately, our freaking, reputation's off the chart there. But no more Jedi interference. They came and they froze to death inside of their bathroom in front of the mirror. But we also have the treaty over here. I mean, if this could get bad, it really could get bad. But it's kind of fun to do this every now and then to get a little crazy. Okay, so as we were saying, the vitality is up and running. Excellent. There's the reason back in play. And soon we'll hopefully be doing a summoning. Now, what we want to do, I hope... Alright, so... Yes, getting a little more conservative, so I'm trying to do this tightly. Alright, first things first, we need this, and this, and more forge lore than we currently have, unfortunately. 37 seconds from now, I'll have the forge lore I believe I need. In the meantime, what we need is this. We need an edge. And yeah, we don't have the appropriate bright though, since it's considered an ingredient. Don't need to do forge redemption, thank you. Sigh. I need 6, 2, and 2 winter. The thing is, she's got 5 in summoning purposes. I need to give her a level 4 tool, the forge. I have to look that up where the heck it is, but at the moment, it's outside of our purview, which means that we're essentially going to have to do this the old-fashioned way and just ditch that. So we can find, or get this lore up going. And in the meantime, since we want to preserve that restlessness, let's talk to Suluchana about it, which freezes the timer. There you go. Let's see if this works. I don't know if it will. But... boom. What do we got now coming? Another restlessness. Well, we're not going to run out of restlessness, that's for sure. But yes, I want to try to get the language of... I forgot it. Mandaric. That will allow us to move even further of possibilities of the type of books that we want to get. Since we're about to get a level 8, I believe, Forge Lore. But yeah, the thing is, we've skipped Moorlands in order to be able to access the larger books. But you see, it takes a little bit more of investment. So up front, Iron Book. Final part of the manual describes the punishments or order members who break their oath of secrecy. This includes invocation codes like summon a spirit called King Crucible, the one we want to summon as an agent of vengeance. Which means in universe, we just got the idea to do what I want to do. So it works. If any cautions, this might be a last resort when the Oathbreaker would otherwise go unpunished. Summoning Crucible can draw upon the personal affront of the Forge of Days. That's not one you want to do, but yes, level 8 lore. That should, once we get through this, allow me to summon the first stage of that being. Now, in the meantime, we get the Grail lore up too, so we get the Phrygian. So, let's break this down. Translate that text. Get to that in a bit. Still love you there, my dear. Thank you for your efforts. They will not go in vain. Yeah, the corpse is shortly out to come my third notoriety. Wow. I've got a lot to cover up right now. Hopefully I'll be up to the task. My painting should protect us. My Sith painting. Because that is how Sith art works. A little faster. Yeah, I've been kind of short on that. Alright, so at the moment, I sold a painting. Great. Awesome sauce. You pause that. Alright, so first of all, level 8 lore. So we want to grab... what do we have? This one is 8. We need knock. So we need you, dear Enid. And I need offering, though. Do I have the appropriate offering? Don't think so, unfortunately. One cannot earn bidding contentment. That's for sure. Ooh, summon the name emanations of the Forge of Days. We can skip right there. I was right. Okay, so 8 plus the 2 here for Forge gives us 10, plus the 5 here, plus I believe it's the Grail too. Yes. Boom, I was right. This combo does work. Okay, so let's summon him. When he pops up, we'll hopefully be able to use the Aramaic to have him teach us Dark, which would be the 6th out of 8 languages we need. And Seville and Phrygian we're working on with the additional Grail lore. Meanwhile, okay, we're still doing okay here. We have another restlessness, but we have now the contentment will be the contentment. Yeah, we're just gonna have dread up the wazoo for a bit here, but fortunately that's not an issue at the moment. It is an issue as we could be late for our job, but we have Sulichana to do the talking for us in order to go talk to our boss. No? There you go. Talk to our boss. Keep that paused. Ah, great. Oh, you won, Sulichana. Oh, you several, but I'm Sith. I'm never going to pay. Alright, so, since this is flavor text, let's get a nice pick. Matthews defied us to hunt the names of the moth in the wood, to populate his pin collection. The amethyst Imijo had dallied with the witch and sister, but she returned to the wood to plead the moth's pardon. The moth and Umirapan send her out to lure along to a slough of nightmares. And they fall in love, and they sacrifice their power to be together. It's kind of like a gift of the Magi with actual Magi. Alright. Twisted tongues a bit here. Oh no, a rebellious spirit. Well, first of all, sigh. We're gonna have to come back and do it again. Fine. Deal with you later. Ugh. Definitely becoming a bit of a... Alright. Great, we have to do it again. So we don't get fired. Because we have... Yeah. He's gonna come to the office, see us trying to banish a spirit of living fire, and be like, okay, this is the second time I've told you not to do this. You'd think this isn't... You don't do Sith rituals in the office. It's not appropriate. Alright, to dread. Wow. No dread trap coming, however. However, we do have that. Oh my god. Alright, so when we get to the point where we have to worry about him, I'm going to put all of the notoriety into the painting and see what happens. Maybe I'll draw dread. Meanwhile, we definitely need we definitely need something to get rid of the dread. God, this is another time we're just drinking ourselves blind. Okay, alright, but keep the work one open for a bit so that we have the... so we have it ready for the painting. Alright, meanwhile... Getting kind of hectic here towards the end. Matthews loved the Imago. Did he? Can long love, or has the organ of their soul desiccated beyond repair? The Imago loved Matthews. Did she, or did she only exact a whim? He pursued her through the wood, but at the last she turned aside from the nightmare slough, and they lay together in the bounds to grow bright. They learned the Grail's pleasure, and this is the lore they won. Level 6 lore. Level 6. Ooh, means I'm going to have to combine these two. Correct. We both need the intuition, which we can do for our sanctuary, and practical experimentation, which means we have to cut ourselves. All right, we can do that. Let's get to work. We've got both. We've got what we need here. The succulent lore shall be 8, and we shall be able to summon the teacher of Phrygian, assuming we can summon anything around here. Okay, another passage. Yeah, we're just gonna have to burn out the dread. This is nuts. It's cool, but it's nuts. Right, so yeah, we've literally got bodies lying around, so we can't let the Jedi figure out what's going on, so we're gonna have to hide it in our Sith art. So anyways, No, where is it? Okay, paint all the notoriety into passion, because we don't want to half-ass our work, even if we are a murderous artist. That's going to have to hold it for us. And our inspiration shall be a dread. No, we want the dread to actually burn out, so glimmering. There we go. My whimsy murder spree. Oh my god. What do we got next? Dread trap. Of course we have a dread trap. Alright, cool. Collect this stuff. You're in. Oops. Get in there. Oh, get in there. Yes, you can't find our art because we've hidden it in our painting somehow. We're quite sure how that works. Right, so, yeah, we have to do this again, so we don't get fired. We're also running low in cash. We've got this spin trove that's really an issue. Holding at 3 seconds, I don't believe that. All right, so yeah. Boom. Can't believe this entire episode is going to be trying to learn languages. I'll tell you how hard education is, kids. Don't go to college. Just barter your way with spirits and magicians to magically install these talents. Alright, so yeah. I'd forgotten we don't have a detective. That would just summon a detective on us. Well, hey, Jay didn't figure out what we're doing, so we're good, right? Hopefully. Alright, cool. Dread trap's about to detonate, which means we're going to need another drinking bout. But at least we'll be able to get back to our job to be able to afford it. So there is that. Which is the... Alright, so there we go. Intuition, which means we can use our sanctuary, the Candelit Mausoleum, to solve that. Excellent. Then we'll have our health by essentially, I assume, getting really drunk, because it is Grail lore. I mean, that's the most wholesome way of doing this. The artist reward has returned... So we got 3 funds for it, which is awesome. We got 3 mystique for it, which is okay. 2 contentment, awesome. Which means we can use those to get rid of the dread trap. I think. Now the dread trap's going to be at 42 seconds. But if you do Silichana and talk to her, we can do that part. Doing a lot of talking to Silichana. Oh my god, the glimmering. Look at this. If I wasn't already at maximum, this would be a great time to start investing in trying to get to the next level. Notoriety at 22 seconds, so we'll lose these shortly. Put these in front as they... No detective for some reason. Alright, and that goes there, and this goes here, finally. That was a lot of work. Alright, and we definitely need to get our work ethic back here. The only alternative would be to try to get rid of the dread. Yeah, we're fine. The dread will be grabbed. We'll have a contentment. We'll talk to Silichana. We'll talk to one of the contentment things, and we'll have that in place when the dread trap needs the second one. There we go. Dread trap grabs it. There you go. Now the dread trap just keep going, apparently. And yeah. Okay, this should be a fleeting reminiscence. Of course. Deep breaths on that one. And continuing our exploration. Okay, just pause. God, 0.1 second. Barely got into the office in time. There you go. Meanwhile, with Silichana, we need you to collect one of the contentments so that when you're done with that, the dread trap will grab it in 60 seconds from now, and it will no longer be a factor, assuming we don't get another dread somehow, which I am not putting out of the bounds of possibility. Deep breath. Anyways, still have to get some more red lore. I do like the fact that you have this where I can set up where I can see where everything is. Okay, but deep breath, deep breath. Okay, a little fast forward, I think. It's gone about... Alright, and we now need practical experimentation, which means we're going to be a little hazardous to our health. Hopefully we'll be able to take care of any problems that occur. Decrepitude would be bad right now. And there you go. She grabbed it right out of the slot, too, which means I could theoretically put something in there for the moment if I wanted to save it, but nothing really there I want. Alright, so Luciana's back. Boom, her paralysis... Her time manipulation abilities are unnecessary at the moment. And our notoriety has escaped the Jedi Order. So, yeah. At the moment, we can decide what we're going to do. Since we've got the opportunity, let's just do our a PhD dissertation over here. Should we need the or the spincher later? Okay, boom. Dread Trap is done. What's next? Oh, notoriety is going to be dead by then, and I don't care if they get the mystique. Anyways, succulent lore. Boom, level 8. With that the case, next time we get restlessness, I should be able to use that to summon the name of the Grail, which can teach us the language we need to get the Burning Woman translated, which will give us level 10 Forge lore. Which means we don't have to screw around with the restlessness next time I try to solve him to get to, next time I need to summon King Crucible. Just do it straight up. A lot of this episode has been prep, unfortunately, for the next episode, but it's a lot of this game is that you're constantly looking forward to your next step. I mean, really, I should I, for example, just start dabbling down and getting this extra lore over here? Isn't even necessary. I mean, what is that Tantra, for example? Okay, the known unknown Tantra. It's only giving me a Lantern 6, which I've already got 2 of. Having 3 of them is not going to make me any better. So again, put it over here with the stuff that could sell. This Tantra. Yeah, I'm just going to take a quick look. The encircling Tantra. Question is, do I need a level 6 knock? Nope, not really. Level 6 knock primarily will just, again, add to this one, make a level 8. But we don't actually need anything higher than 6 for this particular run, because we're not doing a priest run, which would do that. So again, that could just be stuff we sell. Silver book, again, one we can translate since we have the scene, but that is, see, the thing is, you don't need every book. You only need specific books. Silver book. All right, so yeah, that's level 8 knock. I mean, if I want level 8 knock, I can use this one. But again, I mean, I'll leave that in place for now. The Victory of Crows is level 2. I don't need this. So yeah, pretty much a lot of this stuff is just unnecessary for me to read as long as I'm going for the larger books. And like I said, if it really had come down to it, I got low on funds, I could start selling the books at the auction house for at least 1 fund apiece, on average. Sometimes you get 0 if you're very unlucky. But meanwhile, but again, then it leaves our study open if we need it to combine, say, invocation, influences and such. And we already have level 6, so that's almost we're going to need for these commissions. Speaking of which, probably should get one from the Count. Oh wait, I already have. That's the one I'm actually doing right now. And since I've got so much Mystique already, I might as well just cash them in. So, Madame, here's your work. Pay me. And there's the manuscript. So again, we can just get these in since we're no longer we're not covering for a notoriety or a body at the moment. We want just haven't been able to get Poppy's sacrifice yet. We're definitely gonna have to use our Mystique heavy period here in order to attempt to get back to work. An attempt to get our cult up and going. Let's see. Yeah, there's our brains fried by all this work. So yeah, as you can see right now, there isn't a lot except trying to maintain our current course. There's the Bronze Spintra. You found the Mystique, but it doesn't actually matter. There's Bronze Spintra. You're currently trying to discharge, and meanwhile, we're gonna probably do that. But, okay, so, meanwhile, let's speak of esoteric matters and start getting the rest of the cult going, since he's going to be there knocking at our door for a while. And again, we don't have to scoop for a lot of lore, so we're just letting things stream by. Speaking of which, probably coming to the end of the episode here. So, hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, this one was a lot of chess work, basically moving all the pieces in place to get what we want. As you can see, we're slowly but surely getting higher level lore without having to read an excessive number of books. Ooh, Spencer Hobson. There you go. Yeah, by all means, Spencer. What do you got? Erratic. Oh yeah, I remember you. Mystic, which means that you are immune to attacks by all but immune to attacks by mystical beings. So again, we've actually upgraded our problem. See, I was expecting to get a detective, which is weird detective, which is why I wasn't worried. But apparently, killing one of the Jedi means that we now have a Jedi Master. Jedi Master Spencer Hobson, who's known to being erratic, which basically means he's Qui-Gon Jinn's predecessor. Which means that we're going to have to be careful in dealing with this, as he can produce evidence from Mystique alone. It's rare, but he can do it, which is going to up our game. But we can't have him around, so which means we're definitely have to go looking or somebody to take care of this problem for us, preferably someone who's good with a weapon, good with a blaster. Anyways, this is Fantastic World, saying farewell from Lovecraft Country. Hope you enjoyed this. Like, share, subscribe if you did. If you really liked it, down below will be links to the Gumroad payment platform. Become a supporter. You get access to exclusive material, as well as unlock additional material on the channel, which you get to vote on what it is every month. Anyways, next month's episode, next episode in that regard for the bonus episode should be coming in on Monday. So cross your fingers. This weekend's kind of rough, but I think we can pull it off. Anyways, I will see you next time. I'd like to thank my Acolyte level supporters whose contributions help this channel grow and hastens the inevitable digital apocalypse and rise of the Dark Lords of Content and Data.